All right, welcome to the first edition of Hot Takes. I'm your host, Nick Mernan, and I'm here with special guest, Nathanael Johnson.
Hey.
It is Wednesday, February 9th, and like I said, official first interview series that we have on the Hot Takes interview sessions. The gist behind the Hot Takes is going to be a set of interview questions that we ask different employees of AAA. During the interview questions, we will eat hot wings. As the interview questions continue through, the wings will get significantly hotter. Nathanael had to sign a waiver to eat the hottest wings prior to this, so we will see how it goes. So without further ado, Nathanael, welcome. Give us a little rundown of yourself.
Thanks for inviting me to this. I'm definitely excited to be able to take part of it. A little bit about myself, Nathanael Johnson. I am a AAA insurance account manager, team lead. Been here for about 2 years, so just a shade over 2 years, and have thoroughly enjoyed myself. It's been an amazing experience so far, and glad to be a part of the team, and glad to be able to take part.
Perfect. First wing is going to be the Buckeye Hot Wing. Nathanael, go ahead and grab a wing here for us. Now, the Buckeye Hot is the lowest level of heat, but still the top 4 spiciest of the wings.
I'm going to be brave and take the biggest wing in here.
That's my guy.
Take one for the team, right?
So Nathanael, go ahead and take a bite into those wings as we begin the interview process. Again, these wings will get significantly hotter as we go. Not bad. Huh? That's good to hear. Nathanael, who is your hero? Who's your hero in your life?
I would say the traditional answer that most people would say is a parent.
Parent.
My dad, ultimately, biggest hero. He's the one that kind of gave me the work ethic that I have now. However, if you're going to go with something just out there, who wouldn't want to be Superman?
Superman, absolutely.
Man of Steel, super strength, fly everywhere, and everybody loves Superman. So who doesn't want to be loved? So
no doubt.
Superman.
That's a great answer. A lot of people do call me Superman, so I see how that relates. So go ahead and enjoy the rest of that wing. We'll progress into the second question.
Sure.
If you could live anywhere in the world, or actually anywhere, where would it be?
North Carolina.
Okay, why?
Charlotte, North Carolina. Great mixture of warm weather. You still get some of the cold. It's not overly hot. I definitely don't want to do Florida. It's too humid down there. California is too. It's just not my cup of tea, But North Carolina is kind of right on the cusp there of, you've got great weather, great food, just a great area to raise. I don't want to say raise a family. God, I'm a grandfather now, so a great way to retire. I'm close to the beach without having to worry about hurricanes. That's
Great.
my other big thing. So.
Gotcha. Well, I can tell you, it sounds like you don't like heat as the heat continues.
I love eating wings.
But I can tell you, I agree with you. Carolina's great. If you go to Florida, I'm sweating in the winter, so completely understandable
I'm
there.
with you.
The second round of the hot wings, we're going to move on to the ghost pepper level of wings.
Oh, now let me just let you know, I did bring milk.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair. You're going to be needing it here
I'm gonna try
very
to
shortly.
Stay away from my goal is to get through all of those without drinking the milk and see how far I can
We shall
go.
see,
So
brother.
we're going to test ourselves.
All right, so go ahead and crack into, again, these are ghost pepper wings. These are dry rub based, but will be a sneaky heat coming up here.
All
So
right. Still
grab
gonna
one of those.
Still going to go for the large one.
Hey,
So
that's my guy. That's my guy. All right. So this is going a little bit more personal. If you could change any one thing about yourself, what would you change?
Okay.
Yeah, getting that spice, getting a little spice.
Let's get in there. So I would say, I would go with my height. I always wanted to be taller. I'm this huge fan of basketball, sports, and being 5'7" and a half, 5'8", always wanted to be 6'2", 6'3", just so that I can showcase, my basketball skills.
Sure.
But, what can you do? I stuck with my height, so
Yeah.
I would say my height. Always want to be taller.
Okay. And your basketball skills, you've been on the court recently?
Actually, not a fun story. When I was 25, tore my Achilles playing basketball, and because I had played basketball for so long, I twisted my ankle so many times that when I tore my Achilles, I didn't realize that I tore it, and I went 2 days without going to the hospital, just thinking that it was just an ankle sprain. So I went to work, propping my leg up in the air, to keep it elevated.
Sure.
Finally, one of my coworkers was like, "You've been limping for 2 days. You need to go get that checked." Went to the ER. The guy was like, "Why are you even walking around? We need to get you into surgery." So I had surgery the next day. So fun story about basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, that Rice method, it works for a sprained ankle, but I'm not sure about that injury.
That and mind over matter. You believe it, it doesn't really make a difference.
Preach. So finish up that second round of wing. We'll move on to the next question of this series. Obviously this is a AAA based interview. What would you say your favorite thing is of your career here working for AAA?
I would say the opportunity to help people. That's been my biggest, throughout my career, that's what I've enjoyed most. And I try to put myself in positions where I'm always able to help people, whether that's through motivation, whether that's customer service. That's where I get my enjoyment. So I would say definitely helping people and able to utilize I'm really big into personal development. With anybody that knows me knows I'm positive.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that I can do to be able to utilize what I've learned over the years is what I enjoy. So
No doubt, and you most certainly bring that positive aspect to AAA. I've said good morning all my life, but I've never heard great morning until I got to meet Nathanael Johnson. So.
Consistent.
Well, perfect. So
I will say,
struggling a little bit with that one, huh?
This one actually isn't as hot as the first one. It's just
Enjoy it. Enjoy that one while it lasts. So, we'll ask one more question on this wing. If you could eat one meal for the rest of your life, maybe it's hot wings, maybe not, what would it be?
I would say a nice porterhouse steak
Okay.
and a crab cake. So, it says meal, so if it's
Sure.
a meal, give me both surf and turf. But if I were to choose one, give me the steak first. But if I could have a meal, give me the porterhouse steak, crab cake, and a side. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah. Sounds like Nathaniel's last meal is going to be at Golden Corral with all the options he wants for his last meal. Oh, you're finishing up here that last ghost pepper wing. We will transition to round 3 of the hot wings. What would you say that tastes like?
Dry rub isn't bad. It's not nearly as spicy as the Buckeye one.
Okay.
It almost puts me in the mindset of just a nice, overly salted fried chicken.
Okay.
Is really what it kind of puts me in the mindset of. But
Well,
I can eat those all day.
Yeah, it sounds like we need a little bit more heat for the king here. So we'll transition to the second hottest wing available here at that restaurant, and it's going to be supercharged is what these wings are called. Go ahead and crack in one of those.
Ooh, I can smell that one.
Initial appearance, initial look, what are you thinking?
Those to me look like just regular hot wings. So it doesn't look as intimidating as the ghost pepper one. That one looked intimidating because of the dry rub. I figured it'd be a lot hotter than what it is.
Sure.
But this one looks a little bit just like, regular hot wings. So we're gonna go with the whole mind over matter.
Sure.
It's not hot.
Wonder if he'll grab the biggest one for these ones.
Oh, most
folks.
definitely. Most definitely. All right, here we go.
So as we said, nice and wet.
Oh yeah.
This is the second hottest one, supercharged. Go ahead and take a bite in there while we transition to the next question.
Waiting for the heat to come.
Oh yeah. So as you enjoy that initial heat, if money was no object, what would you do all day?
If money was no object, I would sit on a beach and read a good book. Really, there's nothing better than just sitting here and relaxing and feeding yourself with knowledge. So for me, that's what I would do on every single day. Obviously, at some point in time, I could put the book down and go do whatever. But
Yeah.
I would go with that.
Okay. Sitting on the beach all day, drinking Mai Tais. I like that. How's the heat looking right now?
Honestly, this is just like a regular Frank's hot. That's kind of what it tastes like.
The king is here.
So not really. It's got some heat, but nothing that's going to make me even want to crack.
Okay.
Milk, so
Okay.
hopefully you got something hotter than
Well,
this.
hey, we do, brother. So, hey, finish up that wing. We'll hit this last question on this round. I think that you hit a little bit on what you bring to the table, what's your favorite thing about your career, but what motivates you to work as hard as you do here at AAA?
Self-fulfillment as the heat's kicking in. So maybe it's a little delay there. But self-fulfillment, I really enjoy motivating people. So anything that I can do to contribute to someone else's success, that's what I say is what motivates me to work hard. So if I can be the example that can, to me, can help, you know, the overall organization. If people can feed off of my energy, that's helping with everyone else. So I would say definitely, you know, the self-fulfillment aspect of just being able to, you know, as they used to say back in the day, put in a hard day's work.
Yes, sir.
You know, but really for me, I just enjoy being able to make an impact, to be able to contribute. So
I love it. I love it. So it sounds like the king has spoken. We'll finish up here round 3, head into the final 2 questions and the hottest wings we were able to find here in Central Ohio.
piece of cake.
All right, folks, the final round, the final 2 questions. We're leading into the hottest wing, again, in Central Ohio. Nathanael, this one's called Eat Heat.
This one you can see, it's got 2 little toothpicks in there, which means, I don't know if that's supposed to be a cross for death or what.
So that's proving that Nathanael did sign the waiver,
Cool.
and we got the 2 picks to prove it. He's questioning if he's going to pick up the hottest one. I think this one right over here has got the most heat on it
That
there.
one does look awfully angry, so why not go ahead and conquer that?
Fantastic.
See, we're not afraid of taking risks here.
We are not. So go ahead and bite into that one.
All right. Okay. Give me a second. Let me get myself together. Let me get
Yeah.
myself.
Man hadn't had a hot wing yet, so we'll see how this one goes.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, bite on in, brother.
All right. Here we go.
Get that initial reaction, that initial taste. How we thinking?
It's got a good flavor to it, surprisingly. It's got a sweet taste to it. Heat isn't coming yet. So
Okay.
it's probably one of these slow burns where, you know, probably in about 2 minutes I'm going to be sweating. But my nose is dry, which is a good indicator.
Wow. And you did usually get a little heat off that initial bite, so I love it, man. So we'll transition here. Aside from necessities, you know, normal things you need in everyday life, what's one thing you could not go without in your daily life?
I would say this comes from COVID. Not COVID, obviously. I don't need that every single day of my life. But I would say that my Oculus Quest, anybody that's a VR fan, virtual reality, I think that's where it helped keep me sane during the pandemic, where when I got off of work and he started to kick in a little bit.
Okay, yeah, you can
He started
tell.
to kick in a little bit.
You can tell he's trying to, his voice was cracking a little bit there.
Fire is starting to, you know, the flames are coming.
Yeah.
So, you know, the inferno. So I'm going to
Go ahead and snag a little bite here, and
Yeah.
the Oculus. You know, I can tell you, we were playing that slice game. I'm not sure which one that's called, but you can like tune it up to a different song, and
It's a little hot, but big.
yeah, hey, and I think this is perfect. Transitioning to our last question here, as he's struggling with the heat. Speaking of warning labels,
Yes.
if you had a warning label, yeah, go ahead and take one more bite before I finish up that question.
See, Superman would keep on going through. See, Superman would just keep on powering through, wouldn't let it beat me. So,
Yes, sir.
okay, go ahead.
So again, back to warning labels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, warning labels. I'm ready.
If you had a warning label, what was your say?
Mine would say, now I've got a tear coming down, so I would say my warning label would say, warning, extremely positive. That would be my warning label, because some people just, you know, don't like positive people, and that is what it is. However, I would say that would probably be my warning label. It's extremely positive, because I try to be as positive as I can, and I'm
One more bite.
team player as I, you know, suffer through this. As my eyes tearing up.
Yeah.
But to be perfectly honest with you, I've had hotter as I'm sitting here with a tear coming down my eye. I've had a hotter wing than this.
Okay.
But I'm a trooper, still eating.
Well, perfect. So that is what wrapping up here as he eats the final bites of the hottest wing. Obviously, our first round of many of the series of hot takes hosted by Nick Mernan. This is our first round. It sounds like we need to find a restaurant with some more heat.
Well, I feel sorry for I don't say I feel sorry. The next person that's interviewed, you're going to have a ton of fun with this.
So, appreciate everyone tuning in here again Wednesday, February 9th, the first official hot takes with Nathanael Johnson and Nick Mernan. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh, can I drink my milk now?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see if I can cool this fire.